passed.
Sit down. Come on then. So, yes, after 10 years of being off the road, the Aprilia has effectively flown through its MOT. The only advisories I've got were no chain guard, and it will still pass an MOT if you haven't got rear pillion foot pegs, which that doesn't. And there was very slight play in the rear wheel bearings, so I've just ordered a full set of front bearings with oil seals, rear bearings and the carrier sprocket bearing for, well, it was under 30 quid including delivery from Wemoto, and it's Slinky Glide kit, so yeah, they'll fit. And I just so happened to buy the other week off of a Facebook ad, funnily enough, one of these adverts, an internal bearing puller, so that'll be good. And because we've got to take the front wheel off, Mr. Mark will no doubt do the front tyre as well, and then it will have new tyres front and rear. The ride this morning, it was only about 1 degree when I left the house, and with the 0 mileage rear tyre on, I was carefuling a lot. You'll notice in the vid I'm not leaning it at all. I'm trying to keep the bike as upright as possible, but it was alright. It felt alright actually. I've got to get used to a big single, because obviously with an inline 4 and stuff like that, like the ZX, you can be in top gear at 40 miles an hour and it'll be smooth as anything, and it'll just pull, because obviously there's 4 cylinders making up the power pulses, so it's like a washing machine. I got a little bit of flatulence. But this is a big single. It's like I mean, I've ridden singles, I ride singles a lot, but this is the first one I've owned, so I've got to get used to gear ratios and stuff like that. It likes to be sort of revved. I did notice, I mean, it sits at 60, lovely, really, really lovely, to the point where it's almost not pulling top gear. There's sort of still a little bit of lumpiness there, but it doesn't really vibrate much. Sorry, ladies. And it goes up the road quite nicely. The brakes ideally needed cleaning up. The guy that did the MOT, he noticed there was a little bit of like grease or oil residue or just grime or something on the brake disc, and he says that's why they feel rubbish. But they passed the brake roller test, both front and the rear. Talking of the rear, you know how I made up sort of a cup washer using 2 different sizes of O-rings, so it basically forms. Jim, it's just going to look obscene, just stop it. So it basically formed a cup washer. Well, the rear brake is working, but like a typical Aprilia rear brake, it's only there to warm the disc up and take the rust off it. But I have managed to get, you know, I got the rebuild kit for the 11mm bore, 40mm centres, so it fits. This is the 11mm bore inside. This is actually from an AF50. AF50, is that right? RS50? Brembo master cylinder. I have the rebuild kit for it, so at some point I will fit that, and it will be better than the shite that I fixed. So that's all in, that's ready. The breather pipe for the airbox on the ZZR has come in today. I ordered some spark plugs, and the ram air pipe should be here Monday, or it's due Monday. And then after that we're going to stick the new plugs in, rig up a fuel feed and see what it does. Just see what it does. Hopefully it'll bark off. I've put the ZX10's old coils on, and it's I'm getting a beautiful backfire at the minute, but the state of the plugs, there's hardly any electrodes left, so I thought for the sake of 20 odd quid we'll replace the plugs, because once that tank's going back on again, I don't want to be getting under it every other week. So yeah, so that's all done. So yeah, Aprilia passed. I think I'm going to have fun on it. It's very, very comfortable. It's a good riding position. It's quite commanding, and it seems sure-footed enough, even with a new tyre and shite weather conditions this morning. You've seen on the video how foggy it is. So yeah, so that should catch up. That's another one through the MOT. I think potentially the next one that will go for an MOT is possibly the VFR. I have one caliper here ready for me to put the seals in and go on. I believe that's the right hand one, I think. And then Maz, Throttle God Andy, has got the pistons out the left hand one, and he's going to blast it ready for painting. But he managed to get the pistons out. Funny enough, they weren't seized in. I couldn't grab them for love and money, and I couldn't blow them out for love and money. That's the washing machine. But what he did, he got like the really high pressure air at work, and they wouldn't budge. So he ended up running a tap down it, and they just pulled straight out, no resistance at all. So I don't know what went on there, but they're almost like a Bakelite. They're a plastic composite. They've got a special name, shit. But they're going to be replaced with beautiful stainless steel pistons and seals from the TRK kits, like what we put in the rear one. So that's it. So yeah, I'm aiming to do VFR next, but I shall be obviously working on the ZZR as well. We've got to have a conflab with Uncle Steve, see whether he wants to take any parts away to fix them, like fairing and stuff like that, or whether he'll go with this guy on eBay who makes the replicas. He does a full fairing set. Stop shaking your leg. Full fairing set. That's the cow, the big side panels. They might even be one piece on this new one, and the large side panels. He does the set for 178 quid. You'll probably pay £100 plus just for a front cow, which is going to be 30 years old and brittle as fuck. So you know, it's up to him. It's up to him. We'll get the rolling chassis good, and then he can decide what he wants to do then. So yeah, I mean, neither of them are that far off. I'm hoping new spark plugs will cure the ZZR. I think I'm going to be running a gravity line on it, but we'll see. So anyway, oh yeah, I want to show you these as well. I've had these a little while, but I don't think I've fitted them in anything. I might have fitted one in Phyllis. You've probably seen these. It's a fuse with a little bulb in. So when it blows the fuse, it lights the bulb. And I thought that was a brilliant idea, but I've yet to fit them, basically. I thought, well, great idea, got them off Amazon. So yeah, so that's your video for today. Thumbs up for the Aprilia. It was a lovely ride. I must admit, I do quite like it already. I do quite like it because it's totally different to what the ZZR is going to be and what the ZX10 was. Totally different riding experience. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's not a plodder. It can lick along quite nicely, but it's really comfortable. I think you could tour on that. That might have to go to the seaside and Scotland. I don't know yet. We'll see. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you, especially to Eddie, for buying merchandise. Yes. So yeah. So we'll leave that one there, and then the next video will probably be farting around with the ZZR. See you guys.